Hello, my name is Michael and I'm a Salesforce enthusiast, wanting to show users how to get the most out of Salesforce. Today I'm going to do a quick training on how to create a new user in Salesforce. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the far right hand side, click on Setup, click on the cog Setup icon, and what's going to happen is on the left hand side you're going to want to go ahead and type in user in your quick find and then select users. And you have a few different options right here. Okay, you have the ability to add a new user, which is what we're going to do. Also, reset passwords. So how you do that is you would click on the checkbox next to the user's name and click on reset password, or you can even do multiple users at the same time. And you also have the ability to add multiple users. Let's say that you have a new, we'll call it a new class of people. You can go ahead and do that. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. When you click on add multiple users, you can do Salesforce. Now, typically you would have this same setup, but you have it multiple times. The problem is that we are in a developer edition and we only have one more license available right here. Okay, so it's not going to work to show you everything, but just imagine if you had, let's say, 10 licenses available, you would actually have this times 10. Okay, it's a quick and easy way to go ahead and set up a lot of people at the same time. Now, we're going to go ahead and click on new user right here. And it's a very simple process, but there's a few things you need to know. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this right now. We're going to do Michael test. If you tab down, it's going to give you an alias name. And then you can go ahead and add their email address. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Let's see, I'm typing out the wrong email. And if I tab it down, it's going to give me a username. Now the username does need to be unique. Okay, so what that means is that needs to be unique in Salesforce across all Salesforce instances, right? It's not just unique to your Salesforce edition or your instance, okay? So I believe I'm already using this username. We're going to show you what it looks like in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and keep moving forward, but know that I need to come back and change that. So let's go ahead and put a title. We'll go ahead and put Sales Manager. Company, we'll put ABC Solutions. Department, we'll put sales. Division, we'll put Western sales. Okay. And you can see that none of these are required. So it's always good if you have that information to put it, you don't have to do that. Okay. In this case, I'm going to use the Salesforce user license. Again, I only have one right now remaining. And we'll go ahead and do a standard user. Obviously, you have different profiles. So if this is going to be a system administrator, of course, you would select that one. Or if it's a solution manager, you would select that one. I'm not going to go into details. I'm not going to go into further details for all of these other profiles. So let's go ahead and click on standard user. And if you have a role, you can also do that as well. We'll do North American sales, the VP. Let me put this over here, North American sales. And we'll put VP over here just to make it all kind of flow together. You do have a lot of other checkboxes, and maybe this is something that you would use, but for right now, we're going to go ahead and skip on that. Let's go ahead and scroll down. This would be the mailing address for the person. If you had a single sign-on, you would actually add their federation ID right here. And then you have their time zone. This is pretty important. You want to find the right time zone for that user. Well, for me, it's going to be Central Time. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's Mexico City. All right. Obviously, if they have a different language, you would select that as well. And you can also put delegated approver or manager as well. You just do a lookup and see if there's another person. Now, you do have this little checkbox right here that you can check or uncheck. Generate new passwords and notify user immediately. Okay. What that means is that if it's checked, that user will receive an email to reset their password and log in. Okay, if you uncheck this, they will not receive that email, but technically they are able to log into Salesforce if for any reason they had their password. Okay, so there's different situations why you would use this or wouldn't use this. Usually if you want to go ahead and set them up, get everyone ready, but maybe the user hasn't officially started with your company, you would maybe hold off because maybe they don't have an email to be checked yet. Okay, and then you would go back to that reset password that I was showing you earlier to do. Okay, I'll go ahead and keep this checkbox on, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on save. But like I mentioned, this username it already exists in this or another Salesforce organization. So it needs to be different. So you can change it by adding, 123@gmail.com, or you can add it to the very end. What I like to do is actually add it to the very end typically. So if this is like a developer edition, which it is, I would just put .dev at the very end of it and then save it. Perfect. So now when we go to the users, we can see that this, let me go ahead and click back on users. Now we can see this new user right here, their username, obviously their alias as well, the role that we selected for them. They are active and they are a standard user. Now, if you do want to remove this user, you don't have to delete them. I don't even know if it gives you an option to delete, but all you would have to do is uncheck this checkbox and it's going to give you a prompt. Deactivating users, remove them from all delegated groups and sharing privileges. In this case, we do want to do this. So go ahead and click on OK and then save it. And now we have that license back again. Okay. We still see their name right here, which is great, but now we have that license back. Okay. So that's how you add a new user in Salesforce. If you have any other questions, or maybe I didn't go over something very clear, you can maybe leave a comment down below. Let me know if you need any help. Thank you.